Okay, so let's go ahead and go over the stats here in this debacle of a game that we got to experience. Jared Goff went 18 of 33 for 233 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Derek Carr, 29 of 40 for 303 yards, no touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. Marshawn Lynch, 11 attempts for 41 yards. Jalen Richard, 5 attempts for 24 yards. Doug Martin had 4 for 20. Jalen Richard, I already mentioned him. Amari Cooper had 1 for 9 on a jet sweep that the Rams totally ate us up with all game long. I mean, I really can't say anything bad about Jared Cook. Jared Cook did a wonderful job. I also have him on my fantasy team. He was the only reason why I stayed close. You know, a lot of people want to complain about our defense, but our defense didn't do all that bad. Tahir Whitehead had a wonderful game, man. 6 tackles, 1 assist. Didn't look like that we've gotten nothing but 1 sack from Bruce Irvin. And a forced fumble, which happened to be, I believe, the same play, which they recovered. It was a real hard game to watch, but defensively, we didn't have any defensive pass rush. It was pretty rough. And then, of course, our punting didn't look very good either. Let's go down here to the team stats. We had 20 first downs, 7 by rushing, 11 by passing, 2 by penalty. Third down efficiency, we were 5 of 11 for 45%. Fourth down efficiency, we didn't go for it at all. Total net yards was 395. I mean, you could basically look at these stats here. And we were pretty close to even besides the net rushing yards. Todd Gurley had a heyday on our defense. We threw for more yards, but that's what happens when you throw more passes. You know, 3 interceptions. Jesus Christ. I mean, this has got to be one of the worst games I've ever seen Derek Carr play. So anyway, there's the stats, and even though we won in the time of possession, you damn sure couldn't tell in the score. Damn sure couldn't tell in the score, especially when they're scoring on defense. You know. But just figured I would go over to the stats here a little bit, even though the stats is completely irrelevant on why we lost. So, thank you for stopping back by the Raider Critique. Now, you understand that I had to really collect my thoughts before I decided to do this video. It is Tuesday, September 11th, 2:19 in the morning, and I just witnessed, well, we all witnessed, since it was on Monday Night Football, one of the worst games that we've ever seen out of quarterback Derek Carr for our beloved Oakland Raiders. Now, I had to turn down the microphone because the last video, which is actually the second portion that you guys are going to see from this, I had the microphone way too loud and it was echoing like crazy. And I barely got loud during that. But during this segment, I'm definitely going to get loud. I didn't have the time to make any backdrops before I decided to drop this video. So I hope, you know, hey, I ain't got no time for that shit right now. What I do have time for is to ask a lot of questions, as in, Derek Carr, where the fuck were you throwing the ball to? Because I damn sure did not see anybody in the vicinity on your second interception when you just threw it up in the air. And I guess you were trying to get it to Jordy Nelson, but yeah, did you look off the safety? Did you not see him standing right there? Because I damn sure did. I believe that my blind grandmother with her bifocals could have saw that guy standing right there. This is the absolute worst game that I've ever seen this man play. We gave this dude $25 million per season to watch him come out throw not a single touchdown and 3 interceptions, one happening to be a pick six to Marcus Peters at the end of the game, where it kind of completely looked like that he just did not care. And he threw the ball on a slant to Jared Cook that the route was completely jumped on. And Marcus Peters was right there, plain as day. He was watching Derek Carr's eyes. Derek Carr did not look him. I guess he looked him off or something, but made a very bad decision in throwing that ball, and Marcus Peters took it to the house on us. Now, the score of this game was 33-13 or 32-13, and it was actually a lot closer than what the game score reveals, but that was before Derek Carr happened. And what I mean by that, just go look at the game. If you did not watch the game, I'm sure that you can catch the highlights somewhere on YouTube of Derek Carr completely throwing this game away, pissing off from what it looked like a sold-out crowd in Oakland at the game. The return of Chucky. And Derek Carr literally is... Let's just go over this for a minute, because I've been one of the people out of thousands of us Raider fans who has said that Derek Carr does not look the same after the injury. It was brought up again tonight. He is lofting the passes up. He's not putting enough ass behind it, especially on the first interception there, Derek. He's not putting enough weight on his front foot to follow through. Now, I don't claim to be the best football player in the damn world, because obviously if I was the best football player in the world, I'd be in the NFL and not over here doing videos for the Raider Nation. But I have played football. I did play football in high school, and I do kind of know what the hell that you have to do and which body parts actually have to work completely correct when it comes to throwing motion. Now, I didn't play quarterback, but hey, I was a pitcher in baseball, and it's basically the same thing. Your lead foot is what guides your pass. That and where you release the ball. Okay? Derek Carr, I believe, is not able to put enough weight on that front foot, his lead foot, to be able to follow through, which is, in turn, making these balls loft up in the air. Get a lot of air up underneath these passes, to the point to where it doesn't even look like that there's any ass being thrown behind him. Instead of throwing the ball hard, he puts more air up underneath the ball to try to get it where he needs it to go. And that's not going to work, because you lose velocity. You lose velocity. It takes longer for the ball to come down out of the air into the receiver's arms. It's go outside and throw a rainbow and see how long it takes for it to hit the ground. Because this is what Derek Carr is doing. I'm completely disappointed. The offense looked good throughout the first half, and then I don't know what happened. I watched this team fall apart, and our defense, even with as lackluster as everybody may think it is, kept us in this game until Derek Carr threw it away. Literally. Threw the game away. Now, if this were me, I would definitely be raising... I'm not hitting the emergency alarm yet, but I'm definitely raising a yellow flag. Because there is definitely caution. We need to proceed with caution when it comes to this quarterback and when it comes to this team. Because obviously this quarterback needs to be a little bit more nurtured to get through to where he was at his status in 2015, 2016. But right now, all I see is the same quarterback that we had from last season. I was also one of those people that said Todd Downing's offensive playbook is the reason why Derek Carr regressed. Well, from the look of it, John Gruden is running the same style, the same kind of playbook. Dink and dunk, West Coast offense. And I don't even think I saw us go deep once. Seth Roberts did look good hauling in a few passes, and I'm actually surprised that he didn't go into concussion protocol when he took that hit. He led with his head. I mean, all in all, this showing right here was not the showing that I expected to see. It was not what I was expecting at all, period. And honestly, I feel terrible, and I felt ashamed, and I felt embarrassed watching this team, watching Derek Carr throw this win away. Because this game was winnable. This game was extremely winnable until he threw that second interception. The first interception he could have shaken off and he could have brought himself back. But once he threw that second interception, I knew there was a problem. I knew it. You saw it when the way he lofted the ball up, man. And then the third interception, I don't know on what the hell he was fucking looking at, dude, but I would have never made that throw. I would have never made that throw. Stupid. Marcus Peters was eyeing him right there the whole time, man. How the hell do you just oh, okay, I don't see that dude, and you throw it anyway? Dude, he was fucking covered. What are you doing? You know, man, why do I feel like I'm living back in the Jamarcus Russell years? Because I'm asking these questions on what are you doing? Are you serious? We paid you $25 million a year, bro. And this is how you repay us? Man, maybe we paid the wrong player. Maybe we kept the wrong $20 million player. Maybe we should have traded Derek Carr instead. So I do have one question after week 1. And it's not to the Raider Nation. It's to John Gruden. In Beyond the Shield, you asked, well, you told us as your fans that the reason why you came back to coach this team was to take the car out for a spin and see how it would perform. So tell me, John Gruden, how did that sports car run? Didn't run too good, did it? Obviously, it didn't run too good since it wouldn't bounce outside the pocket. And it damn sure didn't look like it was going at tip-top shape, if you know what I mean. Maybe you should have been thriving on the Big Mac attack instead of worried about the sports car. So anyway, man, this is the Raider Critique. I'm signing out of here. It's late. I am going to come at you guys next week with a pregame versus the Broncos. It's a must-win game for us. So hopefully we can get everything together by then. And hopefully, with any type of luck, salvage this season, even though it's only week 1. But I'm telling you right now, if our quarterback plays like this, and this is how he's going to play, we're in for a long season, Raider Nation. We're in for a long season. Heck, this could be the season that I finally have a heart attack over this team. I'm out, man.